Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, welcome to my FreeCAD Fun channel. Today I'm going to create sheet metal drawing, and then this is the drawing and this is the 3D view. Now I'm going to create this base sheet metal or the wall with the size of 120 to 90 millimeter. Okay, now we'll go to FreeCAD and then go to part design, create sketch, and then click for XY plane, click OK, and then create rectangle, and then click this point and the center for symmetry, and then create a dimension for 120 millimeter, and then vertical also dimension 90 millimeter. Okay, now the sketch is green. Now we can close the sketch. So let's go to sheet metal and then click the sketch and create wall. So let's check for the base band or wall, and then check for the thickness and radius. So the thickness now for the radius 2 millimeter, so I think the thickness is the same, 2 millimeter. Okay, now change to 2 millimeter, same with thickness 2 millimeter. Okay, now go to the shadow for the lightning and create the direction. Okay, so for the color, let's try this basic color. Okay, now go to the band. For the band, you can create radius 2 for the thickness 2. Okay, and then the length for 50 millimeter and the other one for 30 millimeter. Okay, now create this edge. Okay, this edge for the band. Let's click for the length 50 millimeter. Okay, now let's check the drawing. Okay, same. So again, create the band for this side, same for 50 millimeter, and then the radius 2 millimeter. Also the radius 2 mm. So let's check again the drawing. So there are again the face, so I think I will change the sketch. With the length of 200, and then for the distance between for 20 mm. Okay, now let's go to the sketch. Now create again for the distance 50. Okay, click this vertical line for 50 mm. Okay, it's error, so click this point and line for symmetric. Okay, sorry. So this is the dimension once again for 15 mm. Okay, now so let's create again other rectangle. Okay, and create the symmetric between this point and axis line. Okay, now create the dimension for 50 mm. Okay, now create this point with the dimension 200 mm. Okay, and this point and this line symmetric. Okay, now we can cut the line. Okay, this line, cut again this line. Okay, and this line, so delete this line and this line. Okay, now sketch is fully green now, so we can close the sketch. Okay, now we can check with the drawing. Let's try to create bend in this side. For distance, let's check again, about 30 mm. And radius 2 mm. Okay, so the material inside. Okay, so this bend material also inside, and this bend the material also inside. Okay, now for the last bend, click this edge, the bend number 3 bend, radius 2, and the length 30 millimeter. So let's check first. $54. This is not good, so let's check again. 50 material inside. Okay, maybe this 48. Okay, let's try. Click inspect again. $52. Okay, now delete. So but first we check this point and this point. Is it same? 90. Okay, this is good. So for the bend, about 46. Check again. $50. Okay, so another bend for 46. Okay, and then second bend for about 36. Let's check for the distance. Sorry, delete. Check again. About 34. Check this side. $40 millimeter. It should be 30. So let's check again. 30 millimeter. Bend, it's about 26. Okay, let's check. 30. Okay, and then the other one for 26. Okay, now I think it's proper with the drawing, so now we can try to create the fillet for the radius 5mm. Okay, let's try. Now we'll go to part design, so let's check for the fillet. Okay, let's click first for the fillet of 5mm. Okay, now let's try for the flatten fold. We are going to sheet metal, and let's try for the flatten fold. Click this base or wall, and then go to flatten fold. Okay, close, and then go to the unseat. Okay, click again and click OK. Okay, now we check for the flatten. We can hide this sheet metal. Okay, now it's good, this fillet is no error, so can hide first and then unhide. Okay, now we can create the fillet. Let's see, almost all edge. Okay, okay, now click this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. Okay, now let's click OK. Okay, so the edges almost got fillet. So now for the next, we create cut or a pocket. Now let's choose the face. I think this face here. For the distance 28.29, and then to wide 30, and the distance 70. Okay, let's click this face and then go to part design, click sketch, create rectangle. Okay, now let's check again to the 28.29, Okay, now click this line for distance, I mean the horizontal, for 30. Okay, now 28.29. Okay, now create geometry. And create this point and this line, and then dimension for 28.29. Okay, sorry. Let's undo this point and this external line for 28.29. Okay, and then distance 70. So let's create external geometric and click this point and this line for distance 70 millimeter. Okay, now for the length of the cut for about 90 divided by 2, so for 45 millimeter. Okay, now let's go to 1 degree. Can check. Okay, for this line to this point for, let's say, 8. Okay, now sketch is green. Can close the sketch, and now we can create pocket for the depth of 45 millimeter. Okay, and now we can create the fillet for radius 5 millimeter. So click this edge, click this edge, and then so click first on the edge first, and then click for 5 millimeter, and then click this edge, click this edge, and click this edge for 5 millimeter, and then click OK. So the pocket is created. Now for the last bend, we create go to sheet metal and then create this bend for length about 18 mm. Okay, click this line for the bend about 18 mm minus 4. So let's check for 14 mm, and then the radius for 2. Okay, now let's check for the distance. So let's try 16. Okay, now delete the inspection and then create again. Okay, now 18.12. Okay, let's check 18. Okay, now we can delete. So for the next one we create the slot. Okay, now go to this face and go to part design and then create sketch and create slot. Okay, now for the location or position, create external geometric. Okay, now click this dimension 10 between center and then radius 3.5. So this point and this point for distance 10 mm. Okay, and the radius 3.5. Okay, and then this point to this line for distance 8 mm. Okay, now for the in the middle or 23 from this side. Let's check again. Okay, this 23 minus 5, so 18 mm. Distance 18 mm. Okay, so the sketch fully defined. Now we can close and create pocket with the distance same with thickness. Okay, now for the last one, can create the fillet. Click the fillet and then for radius 5, and then click this edge, also radius 5. Now click OK. Now the sheet metal is finished. Now let's try to flatten fold. So click this face and go to sheet metal. Let's try for flatten fold. Okay, now and see, click OK. So this is the flatten fold. Can hide the 3D first, and this is the flatten fold. Okay. Okay everyone, I think we finished for this practice sheet metal. Thank you again for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.